Today, we're going to talk about the energy systems that distract us from our manifestation, that distract us from that connection to our intuition, making things in our lives so much harder. I want to share with you how to identify them, what to do about them, so you can get back on track with your deep connection to yourself and manifest better, quicker, easier. The energy systems that I'm talking about here are very destructive. And if you have read anything about reality transurfing, are often called pendulums, according to Vadim Zealand. So the reason why it's called a pendulum is the energy is starting here and it's swinging. And as it swings, it collects more and more energy and getting stronger and stronger. There are lots and lots of energy systems. Pretty much anything can be attributed to an energy system. All of the norms and values and ideals that many groups of people believe in. So, for instance, let's talk money systems. That's the pendulum. Let's talk beliefs that siblings don't get along. That's an energy system. But very important in the book Reality Transurfing, Vadim Zealand says that if you are experiencing a situation that is appearing negative or feeling negative to you, for sure that is the pendulum that has got you under its wing. And it will distract you, making it a lot harder to be in that state where you need to manifest. So I know for me, if I take inventory of my life, I can identify many, many pendulums. So for instance, I have a situation at work with a coworker who is very difficult. And there are other coworkers that I work with who also believe this person is difficult. That is a pendulum that has gotten us underneath its grips. When we're talking at home, I mentioned earlier, the siblings will fight. My two children are like oil and water, and it's difficult. And that is a pendulum that hooks me every single time. Also, pendulums are groups that one might take part in. There can also be positive energy systems that give you momentum in getting what you want. So, for instance, when I was going through my divorce, I took up pour painting, and there's a whole community and group that is into pour painting. There are YouTubers out there on pour painting, and I had so much fun with this. That is an energy system that can bring you more of what you want. So for me, it served its purpose at the time with getting me to break into my creative side. But it's the negative pendulums or negative energy systems that you want to get rid of. You want them off of you. You want to get out from under their grips. The first thing that you need to do right up front is awareness. Now, it does help when you're first learning about this, first understanding that there are these negative energy systems, to take inventory of your life. Where are those energy systems that are gripping you? I just named a couple for myself. If I sat longer, I could spout out probably 10 more. Then, when it is activated in your life, that's when the awareness is the most important. So, as it's showing up and rearing its head in your life, your kids are fighting and you're in the grips of that anxiety or anger or however that shows up for you, becoming aware in that situation of, oh, yes, this is a pendulum. This is trying to grip me and knock me off my balance. Once you become aware, then you can stop responding emotionally. That is the key to not giving that pendulum more energy. And it's very, very difficult because once it gets you in its grip, it is very hard. And I'm sure many of you out there can understand what I'm talking about. I want to caution you here that once you've successfully done it, it doesn't mean that it's not going to show up. It's going to keep showing up. It is going to keep showing up in your life even stronger and stronger because it's trying to grip you back in. The whole pendulum lives off of your energy and wants to grip you back in. So you're going to have to be aware every time. But I don't want you to get down on yourself if you give in to the pendulum. It grips you, it gets you back. You're going to start over the next time. And you're not losing anything here. Every time you respond in a way that's neutral, calm, not giving into it, you're making progress. And my kids will tell you, for the kids fighting, I haven't figured it out. I take this advice, I get into that state, and then I'll slip up. And so it's a constant thing that you need to be aware of. And it's something that is worthy of continuing to work towards. Another way to deal with pendulums is by acting in a way that is out of character. So, for instance, there was a time where my son was being very difficult. He was sitting in the back seat of the car and he was interested in rap music at the time. He started acting up, and out of the blue, I had queued up a rap song he was interested in. I had kind of learned some of the lyrics and I blasted it. He was acting up in the back of the car. I blasted the music. I started singing as loud as I could and kind of dancing along in my car. And the look on his face was like, oh, he couldn't believe. He's like, who is this person and where is my mother? And in that instance, his entire behavior changed. It got us out of that negative situation and we were free to move about the cabin. So that is another really awesome way of dealing with pendulums. The other thing, I always talk about intuition. You can use your intuition in these cases as well to help you deal with those different energy systems and how to respond. You can ask your intuition. Intuition, this particular energy system has me by the grips. What could I do to release myself from that pendulum? And as I always say, intuition is deeply, deeply seated with all things manifestation. So if you are not working on your intuition, it is in your best interest to get that relationship with your intuition, get it stronger, working with it every single day. And I know that is something that I do regularly. It's something that I incorporate into my practice every single day. But the most important piece is that awareness and staying calm and dissolving that negative energy. I'd love to know what pendulums you are working through right now, which energy systems kind of have you in your grips. And we can brainstorm in the comments on some ways that we can act that are out of character for that energy system and help each other out. So if this video resonated with you, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't yet caught my video on these manifestation mistakes, be sure to check out that video here.